Hi there everybody, Natasha Wilkinson here, your independent Scentsy consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. Sorry, I was just straightening up the camera there. It was looked a little bit crooked to my eye, so hopefully you can see me a little bit better. So if you've been following along with me, you know we have just begun what is called transition month here in Scentsy land. We now are basically right at the month where we're transitioning over from one catalogue to the new catalogue. Our new catalogue will begin our autumn winter here in Australia. Catalogue will begin March 1st, but we're saying that a lot of items from our spring summer current catalogue we will be saying goodbye to make room for the new autumn winter catalogue. I have already done a video based on the wax bars that will be leaving us and my thoughts of what will be going into my club, but this video we're going to talk about the oils. So I have 1, 2 behind me, that's the Stargaze one, and then I have different shades I can change out to different styles of diffusers, but I actually have 3 premium diffusers and 3 deluxe diffusers. So in my house I have 6 diffusers that I like to run and enjoy, and for me when I am diffusing I like to choose scents that are complementary to the wax that I'm warming. The same with the pods for my air purifiers and warfare diffusers. They may not necessarily be all the same scent, but I like to complement my wax, my pods and my oils together. So as you can see, home fragrance for me is a big thing, and I'm kind of a little bit sad after seeing what's leaving in our oils and what's coming in our oils, because I feel maybe our oils don't sell as well here in Australia, which is why Scentsy have probably made this decision. Yes, we'll still be getting diffusers. Yes, we will still getting oils. So those who like to diffuse and use oils, don't worry about that. We're still getting that. But Scentsy have drastically in our region here chosen to scale back the oils. So normally we would have a couple of oils leaving, and if there were some of my favorites I would buy 2 or 3 of that oil and stock up, but there's so much oils leaving. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 18 oils leaving our catalogue at the end of this month. So this is the last chance you can grab these oils. I am going to talk about them, and as I said, normally I would stock up on my favorites and buy 2 or 3 each of my favorites, but because there is so many oils leaving, I think there was 10 that I wanted to grab, 10 different fragrances that I wanted to grab, and I can't afford 2 or 3 of 10 different fragrances. I actually ended up closing a party out last month where I had the double extra half price credits, and that party with the hostess credit and the double half price credit mainly consists of oils, so I could get the oils I wanted. But what I did was, I think there were 10 or 11 oils that I did really want to back up on, so I just got 1 of each, because there were more oils that I would typically buy in a transition month any other month. And with the new catalogue that's coming, as I said, they're scaling it right back. I think we will have the option of 10 oils in the new catalogue. We will talk about those fragrances when they come, but they're 10 oils and they're scaling it back, I think, to the best sellers or the base oils, which are a lot of them lavender and eucalyptus type base. So they're more the traditional oils that will be available to purchase here in Region 3. There might be one or two of the other fruity ones, but on the whole, our new catalogue with our diffusers will be more of the traditional type, lavender, mint, eucalyptus type oils. And I think you'll have an option of 10 in our new catalogue. So let's talk about what's leaving us though. So if there's anything that you love that you may want to grab your hands on, I will leave my details down below if you're looking for a consultant in Australia, so you know where to shop from and grab these fantastic oils. As I said, I'm pretty sad that it's been scaled down to the level it's scaled down, but since you're obviously doing that for a reason, we don't get the Valentine's Day collection oils anymore. Again, that's probably something that didn't sell, but out of the whole Valentine's Day collection, that's the one thing I usually went to first. I love it when we get the 3-pack oils. I love them, but I'm just one of many, so let's talk about what's leaving. So the first one that is leaving us is Awesome Apple. So this has been in our catalogue for a while now, and it is in the comforting section, and it is described as a golden Honeycrisp apple sprinkled with sugar cane and fresh ground cinnamon. So I have probably used up a quarter of this. So I will be showing you as we're going through 2 different size oils. So this is the size you get when you purchase our oils. They're 15 ml. As consultants, we have the opportunity to get oil, I guess, tested consultant kits, and they come in the same size as you do when you buy our collection bundle 3-pack, which are 5 ml. So you can see the size difference between them. So you can literally tell the ones I really love by if I've got the big one, basically. But let's talk about Awesome Apple, since that is the first oil that will be leaving us. So this is basically apple and cinnamon. In the bottle I get a lot more cinnamon than I do apple, but more of that apple does come out when diffusing. I tend to use this more in winter time rather than any other time. I am picking up an extra one, but I don't see myself going through this as regularly as I do other scents. As I said, I use it in winter time more than anything, and I usually use it when I'm diffusing apple and cinnamon scents. But if you like apple and cinnamon, Awesome Apple is definitely your thing. The next one that is leaving us is Blackberry and Basil. So I have about half a bottle left of this, and I have got another one coming. I did order another one coming. So this one, when I first joined Scentsy, was my absolute favorite oil. I used it like no tomorrow. I still do enjoy it a lot, but I've since found I gravitate towards more oils. My 10-year-old really loves this. When I first got this, I had it in the little size consultant pack, and he wanted to put a diffuser in his room. At that stage, there was no space for a diffuser, and I'm like, sorry mate, there's no space for a diffuser in your room, because he wanted to diffuse this. So what did he do? He took my little oil, and I found it later completely empty, but I could smell it everywhere, and I'm like, what did you do with the oil? Like, it's empty. That should have lasted a few diffusings. What have you done with it? And he decided to basically, now this is not recommended, but he decided to basically douse his clothes in it and douse himself in it, because he couldn't have a diffuser in his room and liked the smell of blackberry basil. So he kind of wasted a whole little jar using this as, I guess, a men's body perfume, cologne, whatever you call. While it was funny at the time, I still wasn't impressed, because then it was like, well, that was kind of a waste, but it's something we can laugh about now. So blackberry and basil. It does have a little bit of an earthy herbal note about it, but then there is like this fruity blackberry, which is still earthy, but it's kind of fresh at the same time. And it comes out a little bit sweeter on diffusing, but you still pick up that kind of earthy, I guess, note from the basil. And blackberry is a little bit of an earthy fruit, a little bit of a rich, tart, earthy fruit. But when I'm in the mood for this, I'm in the mood for it. It's something I have to be in the mood to gravitate. So I would have probably only got one of this anyway. Same with Awesome Apple, one extra, which I have done. So they're ones that I like, and I like to have in my collection for when I'm in the mood for. The next one that is leaving us is Cactus Pear. This is absolutely beautiful. This is what I would call my go-to summer scent for, along with watermelon and red berries. If I'm not diffusing watermelon and red berries, I am quite often diffusing Cactus Pear. So Cactus Pear, so actually I didn't describe the scent notes of blackberry and basil. So blackberry and basil were in the balancing section. That was blackberry strikes a beautiful balance with sweet basil and a touch of vanilla. So Cactus Pear is also in the balancing section, and it is just picked pear and apple blossom, balance a low key hint of cactus. So this is fresh fruit. You get the sweetness of the pear and the apple, but there's a lot of that green note from the cactus. And you might be thinking, but you don't like green notes that much, Natasha. Why are you aiming for this? It's got enough of that pear and that apple that really sweetens out that green note. So it's just a very bright, fresh, fruity oil, and I absolutely love it. This is one that I absolutely did consider picking up two of. I did pick up one of because I still have 3/4 of this, and I do have, I believe, enough for one more diffusing in the little size bottle here. So that extra one will give me a spare when I run out of this, which could possibly be at the end of this summer. I know I will make my way through, if not all of this current bottle, probably at least half of this one this summer. And then I will have another one for next summer. So as I said, when I closed out my party, rather than picking up 2 or 3 of some of my favorites, I picked up one of each of the ones that I thought I would like to use, and hopefully in another flush sale. I really love the fact that they did that mystery oil bundle. I got some favorites that I were running low on that were no longer available in that mystery oil bundle. So hopefully anything that doesn't sell, I will say our oils during transition month do sell out faster than some of our other things. So they don't necessarily always make their way to the clearance page or extra stock, but if they do, it would be fun for them to do another mystery box like that again. That was quite fun. So that was Cactus Pear. The next one that is leaving us is Cardamom and Eucalyptus. And I don't believe I have actually even opened up my little, oh well, I've opened it and obviously done a first sniffs at some stage, but I don't believe I've actually ever used this one in the diffuser, or have I? No, I haven't. This is still full. So this is from one of my tester things. And this is quite, that cardamom kind of takes down that very sharp note that you get from the eucalyptus in this. It's making it more of an earthy and not as sharp eucalyptus. This would be quite a nice bedroom scent, I think. As I said, I just haven't really got around to trying it. It's really that cardamom's rounded it out, made it a little bit, it's not even earthy. I wouldn't call it earthy, I'd call it more woodsy over earthy. And then you've got just that little bit of eucalyptus shining through, adding a little bit of brightness, but it's not overly, as I said, sharp or astringent like you can get with a lot of eucalyptus. So it's not as herbal. This is definitely a lot more softer with that woodsy cardamom note in that. So that's quite nice. Now I'm wondering whether I should go back and get another one of this. I think I'm going to have to diffuse some of this in my bedroom to see what I think of this. That's the thing, I have a lot of oils too. It's not that I don't necessarily like some of these little oils, it's just that I tend to reach for some of my favorites more often, but I kind of feel I want to go back and grab one of them now. So the next one that is leaving us is citrus cinnamon tea. It might be a bad thing I'm doing this video with you guys because I'm finding oils that I didn't think I would want to buy that I now want to buy. Anyway, the next one is citrus cinnamon tea. Let's read the scent notes for cardamom eucalyptus. That's in our balancing section as well, and that is soothing eucalyptus leaf and cedar, balanced soft violet and sweet cardamom. So that's where that sweetness is coming from that I was smelling, the violet. As I said, that eucalyptus leaf still adding that little bit of brightness, but it's not overly herbal or overly sharp. And then you've got the cedar and the cardamom, I think. And that was new to our catalogue too. So I think I'm going to have to grab one of these before it leaves at the end of the month while it's on sale and just add it to my collection of oils. So the next one, citrus cinnamon tea. So citrus cinnamon tea is in our uplifting section. It was also new to the catalogue this season. Citrus cinnamon tea is lemon zest, brightens up warm cinnamon spice and vanilla bean. And that's probably why I haven't got around to diffusing some of these. I think the only new one I diffused was the toasted vanilla cranberry. Again, tempting, very tempting. I think I like too many of these oils. So it's sweet with that cinnamon, and that tea note isn't astringent. Sometimes I don't warm tea scents because the tea comes across quite bitter and astringent to my nose, but that cinnamon's really sweetening it out. I'm getting a very sweet, like cinnamon spice scent with a little bit of zesty brightness from the lemon. I'm not picking up tea, whether that changes in diffusing, but that's interesting. These two I wouldn't have thought I would want to now pick up a big one. And as I said, I haven't even warmed or diffused the little one, but now I'm thinking I want each of these two as well. So that's interesting. So the next one, grapefruit and blood orange. So I have gone through about half of this, I think, maybe a third of the little one in grapefruit blood orange. I tend to reach for this one mainly when I'm warming grapefruit scents. This is very citrus heavy. You can smell that blood orange. So you have to like citrus to love grapefruit and blood orange. It's very bright and very citrus heavy. As I said, if I'm warming orange scents, any grapefruity scents, I tend to reach for this one. But this is not one I feel I need to buy a big bottle of. I will use up the rest of the grapefruit blood orange and enjoy it and be done with it. So Grapefruit Blood Orange is described as paradise found, tropical zesty lime plays with a pink grapefruit and blood orange, and that's in our uplifting section. So the next one is Jasmine and White Tea. So Jasmine and White Tea is in our calming section, and it is balancing lotus and fragrant eucalyptus. Stay fresh under a pinch of salt. So from memory, I did get the sharpness from the tea in this one. Yes, so this is very herbal. I'm picking up a lot of that white tea note, that very sharp, astringent note that you do pick up from the tea, slightly sweetened by the jasmine, but then that eucalyptus comes through as well, making it a lot more herbal. Not one of my favorites. I will diffuse through this and enjoy it, but it's not one I feel I need to grab a big bottle of. So the next one that is leaving us is Lavender Coconut, and I did pop another one of this in to my party order. Lavender and Coconut. As you can see, I already have a large bottle because I've already gone through, I think, my tester of this, and this is in the where are we hiding? We'll find it in a moment. It'll be hiding somewhere in the catalogue here. So it's in the comforting section. Coconut milk and creamy woods swirled with lavender sprigs blend softly and sweetly. This is one of my favourite lavender scents along with Twinkle Twinkle. Twinkle Twinkle is staying in the catalogue, so I didn't have to worry about picking up that. It's a herbal lavender, but that coconut softens that herbal note, giving it a little bit of a softer, soothing, creamier touch. So that is the one I normally reach for when I'm warming a lot of my lavender scents, because it does have that softer aspect of the coconut milk, but it's still not taking away from that herbal, really fresh lavender smell that you do get from lavender. The next one that is leaving us is Lemon Lavender Rain, and I did pick up one of these in the large one, even though I don't have one in the larger one yet, because I kind of feel, even though I haven't used much of this, that this would be a really good, just on smelling it, scent to run through if you're trying to find a fresher lavender scent as opposed to an herbal lavender scent. This is a little bit more creamy. This is a lot more fresher, where you want that clean, reset the house type feel. So Lemon Lavender Rain's in the calming section, and it's lemon and lavender splashed with a few drops. So I just feel that that lemon's going to give a little bit more of an uplifting note. So as I said, I did pick up one of them in my party haul. So the next one is Melon, Water and Aloe. So Melon, Water and Aloe is in the balancing section, and it is a cooling mix of aloe vera and cucumber, adrift in tranquil melon water. So this is definitely one for those fresh lovers. It's very fresh and it's very green. Not quite up my alley, not something I feel I need to grab another one of. I will diffuse what I have and enjoy, but it's not something I feel I need an extra one of. So the next one is Ocean Mist and Aloe, and that is in the uplifting section, and it is bright notes of orange and aloe, ride a tide of ocean mist. So again, this is one I don't feel I need a big one of. It's giving you that salty sea air, cross green note vibe. So again, another one for those fresh people that really love that. Those two aren't really in my wheelhouse, but I will still use what I have and still enjoy it. So even though they're not in my wheelhouse, but as I said, they're not ones I feel I need to go and pick up more of. So the next one, Peach and Patchouli. And this was new, and it was in the calming section, and it is sweet peach nestled in a bed of balsam and patchouli. So I think it's that patchouli that turns me off in this. I get a lot more floral than I do, and it's an earthy floral. So I get a lot more of an earthy floral than I do get peach. It's not coming across fruity at all to me. I'm not smelling any peach in the bottle here. And again, balsam is quite woodsy, so I'm picking up earthy, woodsy, florally type notes. So if you like those type of scents, you will like this. I do like this, but again, it's not one I feel I need a large bottle of. This is one I feel like if the mood strikes me, I would diffuse this, but I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to grab another one. So that was in the, as I said, calming section. And the next one is Rose Water and Lavender. So Rose Water and Lavender is described as, it is in the calming section, and it is described as immerse yourself in rose water accentuated by soothing lavender and a soft swirl of vanilla. So this is quite pretty with the rose water. That rose water really adds a sweetness. It's making it more of a sweet lavender as opposed to a traditional herbal lavender. I do like this, and I was very tempted to get a larger bottle of this, but I ended up going with Lavender Cotton and Lemon Lavender Rain as opposed to Rose Water and Lavender. There still will be a few lavender scents in the new catalogue, so I didn't feel I needed to go too crazy over all the lavender scents. So it came down to, I think, me liking these two a little bit better than I did Rose Water and Lavender. So the next one that is leaving us is Rosewood Vanilla, and this is one that I would have wanted a few more of if it was continuing on like previous catalogues and only losing 2 or 3 oils, but because of how many oils we were leaving, I could only pick up one. But this is my go-to bedroom scent. I warm this with a lot of different waxes. This is one of my favorite bedroom scents. It's just the perfect combination of woodsy, sweet, very sensual. Absolutely love this one, and I'm going to miss this one. I did definitely make sure I did pick up another one because I still do have, I think I've only just recently opened this one after finishing another one, so I do have almost 2 full ones. So the thing about oils is they last a lot longer than the wax, obviously. So this one and the other one coming will last me a while, but this is kind of one that I will be a bit sad when it eventually does go out of my stash. So this is in the comforting section, and it is tranquil, earthy notes of rosewood and cedar, are sweetened by vanilla and a warm sprinkle of cinnamon, and it's just everything. This has to be probably one of my favorite oils that is leaving us. So that was definitely in my party haul. The next one that we're going to talk about is sea salt and grapefruit. So sea salt and grapefruit, again another one that I reach for when I'm warming my grapefruit scents, but again another one that I don't need to purchase up on or grab myself a big one. Again, this is more citrus based, but with that heavy sea salt note. These aren't my favorite scents, but they work well when you're warming those type of citrus scents, which is why I still do use them and still do diffuse them. But as I said, it's not something I specifically need in my inventory when I run out of those little testers. So sea salt and grapefruit is in the uplifting, I believe, and it is described as pink sea salt tops lively lemon and grapefruit for an invigorating twist on a classic citrus scent. And the next one is Seaside Lily. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I have only recently purchased this large bottle after blowing through my little tester one, and I did go back and grab another one of this in my party haul because it complements so well with the North Cause, which is now in my Scentsy Club and one of my favorite bars. So if I were to choose a fresh oil scent out of all of these, it would be a toss-up between Cactus Pear and Seaside Lily. These are my two go-to, I guess you could say, fresh oil scents. Cactus Pear's got a little bit more of a fruity note. This has got a little bit more of that floral note. So this, I feel like, is going to be, as I said, along with watermelon and red berries and Cactus Pear, which I warm quite frequently in summer, probably my other go-to reach for summer oil, which is why I did grab another one, even though I've only recently just grabbed this one. So Seaside and Lily is described as, if I can find it here, it's in the calming section, and it is described as water lily floats on coconut water amid a gentle seaside breeze. And I do believe the scent notes of Frozen North Cause were lily and it had an aquatic note. So they're very similar notes. So the lily is adding a really sweet floral, but then it's toned down by that aquatic note, making it more fresh. This is so pretty. It's a very, very pretty scent. As I said, definitely was in my last party haul. So the next one we're going to talk about, Toasted Vanilla Cranberry. I did just pick up a large one of this because I am almost completely out of this small one, and I added another one to the party. So I will have basically two full ones when I'm finished this. This is one I reached for a lot at Christmas time. So, it was new to our catalogue this season. So I warmed this basically all of Christmas. So I feel like this is going to become my Christmas scent along with cherry and cinnamon, whatever it's called, which I did show you in my haul of the flash sale. Another one that I warm specifically more at Christmas than any other time of the year. This is gorgeous. And it goes so well with any cranberry scents, any of those cinnamon scents that you love to warm at Christmas time. So, Toasted Vanilla Cranberry. Sweet cranberry and plum toasted with warm vanilla. And it's all that. This was probably my favourite out of the new oils that came to this catalogue. And I am sad to see it go. I do hope they bring it back maybe next catalogue season when they bring back the Christmas stuff again, because this was, as I said, one I warmed quite frequently over Christmas to the extent I almost finished my tester and had to buy a large one. Now, the last one actually isn't in our discontinuing list, but it's also not in the new catalogue. So for me, that means I think they've forgotten to add it to the discontinued list. But the fact that it's not in the new catalogue means it will no longer be available to purchase in the new catalogue because they didn't put it in the new catalogue. So this, I feel, should have gone into the discontinued list because, well, it's not there, but it's not in the new catalogue. So I'm going to go as they are discontinuing this scent since it's not in the new catalogue, and that is Wild Coconut and Sugarcane. And I did definitely pick another one up in my party because I feel like this is even though it's not a bakery scent, this is the closest to, besides I guess Toasted Vanilla and Cranberry, the closest to those bakery vibes that you're going to get in our selection of oils here in region 3. And this was in the comforting section, and it is Wild Coconut and Sugarcane swaddled in the sweetness of vanilla. So it's probably a little bit more suntan beachy than it is, as I said, bakery, but that coconut in it lends enough to complement well with bakery scents as well. So you can go either way with this. You can go your fresh suntan beachy coconutty type scent, or then you can elevate that coconut out of it by warming scents like sugar cookie and scents like that that are going to bring more of the coconut out and the sugar cane out. But it is very nice, and as I said, this is another one, if there wasn't so many oils that were discontinuing, that I would have picked up 2 or 3 of. So the ones that I would have liked to have picked up, so that's the oils that are leaving it. So let's talk about the ones that I kind of can leave and not really pick up any more of. I'm quite happy to say goodbye to and just use up the rest of what I've got and say goodbye to and not worry too much. They were grapefruit, blood orange, sea salt and grapefruit, peach and patchouli, ocean mist and aloe, melon water and aloe, jasmine and white tea, rose water and lavender. I will enjoy the rest of what I have those in my little testers and be done with them. They don't worry me. The ones that I did close out in a party and got more of, I'm about to read off, but I'm going to separate them again. So the ones that I would have liked to pick up more than just one extra of, even though I only got one extra of everything. So the one that I could quite possibly, and who knows, depending on funds, I could quite possibly go back for more of these particular ones just to get an extra one. So were Wild Coconut and Sugarcane, one of my absolute favorites. Rosewood and Vanilla, one of my absolute favorites. So Toasted Vanilla and Cranberry, one of my favorites to warm at Christmas time. Seaside Vanilla, Seaside Lily. Seaside Vanilla would be quite a nice one. It would be probably similar to Vanilla Ways maybe, but they don't have anything called that. I'm just thinking that might be a nice combination to come up with. Seaside Lily would be my go-to fresh scent, along with Cactus Pear. And then the next lot I did pick up one more of, and I'm happy with just one more of. I don't feel like I need to go again. So Awesome Apple, Blackberry Basil, Lavender Coconut, and Lemon Lavender Rain. So I'm happy with the amount I now have coming of that in my party. As I said, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I might potentially, if they were to come up in a clearance or a flash sale, I would probably grab more of those 5 scents because they're the ones that I do gravitate towards the most. And the ones that I didn't grab, but now I'm thinking I want to go back and grab at least one each of, is cardamom, eucalyptus, and citrus cinnamon tea. So they are the oils that are leaving us at the end of this month. As I said, they are downsizing the amount of oils in our new catalogue and streamlining it to, I guess, some more traditional type oils that sell a little bit better than a lot of these. I guess a lot of these fruity and fresh oils don't sell as well in our region here. I absolutely love them, and I actually have quite a big customer base for oils and diffusers, so which is surprising to me how much they are downgrading it. But obviously I might be, because I love the product so much and I'm like, I love it so much and talking about it so much as well. I feel like that's one of the other things. I feel like for me personally, I tend to attract like customers that, I love all my customers, but I know I tend to attract customers that have similar taste to me in a lot of aspects. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they can hear my thoughts and my views on what I think of a particular thing. So I feel like if you're not using things like our diffusers or our air purifiers, you can't really provide an accurate review. And I'm always pretty honest. I will say if I don't like a scent. I mean, I will acknowledge that it's not for me, but I will also acknowledge that my scent preferences, my scent setup, the way scent's used in my home may be different to the way scent is used in another home, and may work different or may work better in another home. So I do acknowledge that. And while I say I don't like citrus scents, or I don't like salty sea air scents, or I don't like very green scents, I do know there is a lot of people out there that do like that. So even though a scent's not necessarily for me, it may be right up your alley. So I will tell you if I don't like a scent, but I will also tell you why I don't like a scent and not just say I don't like it. And I will still try to describe what the scent smells like in case it does appeal to people that do like that particular scent. As I said though, this is all about our oils, all about what is leaving us at the end of the month. Our oils are currently 10% off at the moment, so if any of these are your favourite, be sure to stock up on them before they leave our catalogue, or grab one or two of your favourites to diffuse. As I said, I love to diffuse my oils with my warming and have complementary scents. So I did go and close a party out and basically just got oils over anything else. I think there might have been a few pods thrown into that party, but it was mainly oils that I picked up that were leaving us that I knew I wanted at least one bottle of. But there could be the potentiality that I may go back and pick up some more. So until then, stay safe and bye for now.